following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here on the NRLOA channel to begin season number 3 of the NRLOA Herr's Dash Series. And this is the ACME Markets 150 from the Dover International Speedway. And the first of 12 races that will run here this season on the NRLOA channel, just like it was last August when we had this series run. And the same car set, and a lot of the same drivers as well, looking to get a Herr's Dash Series Championship here this season. A 12-race season that will span throughout the summer. It's going to be a fun one here as we race throughout these events here in the Herr's Dash Series. I'm alongside Elijah Gordon and Nathan Stapleton. Of course, both of your drivers in the Rockstar Pro Series. You guys are going to be racing tomorrow at Daytona, but Dover is a completely different racetrack, and passing here is a little bit difficult. So how will these guys try to move their way through the field here today in this 30-lap event?
A few key words in this race. Some of these drivers have got to be very, very patient and just take care of their stuff. They can't, because here, this is the Monster Mile. I mean, you've got to take care of your stuff. You've got to do the best you can. Just have that patience, and then you'll probably be up there at the end, probably contending for a win. It's probably one of the best ways to go. Just like I said, just take care of your stuff. Don't wreck the car, and just don't get yourself into any trouble.
Yeah, because you have to be careful. For one, if a car hits the wall and comes down and chaos happens, and two, it's still a short race, and these guys have to, like, the guys up front have to stay up front, the guys in the back have to get up to the front in only a short amount of time. Some chaos, so we just have to wait and see what will happen.
Definitely, and this is going to be a short race, like you said. Not going to be much time to move away from the back to the front. It's kind of interesting. We're starting here at Dover, a place that doesn't have too much passing. A lot of the races this season will be places where passing is a little bit more frequent, but it's good news for Travis Crampton in the number 1, starting on the pole for today's event. Alongside him, Wyatt Quayle in the 43, making his first start in a stock car on Napa Fan. 47 car, that is driven by Christian Vargas. He's a Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver. He's alongside the number 17 of Julius Anderson. Isaac Nichols, possibly one of the most experienced drivers in the field here today. Returning from last season to the number 48. He's alongside the 34 car driven by Al Lagasse. There's the number 9 of Adam Lewis. He's alongside the 24 of Justin Knight, another Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver. And the 39 car of Zachary DeLello, his first ever start on Napa Fan here today. He's alongside the 88 of Joey Hightower, IndyCar Series driver over on Napa Fan. And everybody's going to roll up here. 34 drivers at Dover, 30 laps of action. And it's the beginning of the season here in the Herr's Dash Series, one of the smallest series we run here on Napa Fan when you consider this the prestige of it, but still, a lot of these guys looking to get some experience for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and Turkey Hill Series and the series they run in, especially considering we're going to have the Turkey Hill Series and the Cup Series here on Friday and Saturday. But anyways, pace cars pulled off. We're green flag racing at Dover, and we're underway in the ACME Markets 150. At the start, Travis Crampton whipped the jump. Wyatt Quayle stuck on the outside, falling back in the 43. Now, guys like Christian Vargas and Isaac Nichols, they're here to get experience for Saturday mornings. Mr. Goodbar 400 here at Dover, and right now they're second and third on the racetrack. Pretty good runs for those guys in qualifying, and trying to get some experience here. You see Isaac Nichols to the inside for a second, but Crampton is out of here in the 1. And that is the kind of lead you want to see at a place like this.
Yeah, if you're Travis Crampton, that is definitely the best sight for you. When you see those drivers in your rearview mirrors, just dots. They're just dots in his rearview mirrors, and right now, that's exactly what Travis Crampton wants. He wants those drivers to go side by side. He wants them to fight for position. But if they're single file like the 48, the 9, and the 56 are, that can spell bad news.
It can. That's Ace Garcia, another Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver, along with Adam Lewis there, the number 9, who's in the Turkey Hill Series. All three of these guys looking to get experience for their weekend races here at Dover. Number 16, that's Juan Garcia, another Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver. So a lot of guys in this series are Chick-fil-A Cup Series drivers, and we're definitely going to see them use this series to gain an experience for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So do you think, Nathan, that these guys that are racing in the Her's Dash Series that are also in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series are going to start doing a little bit better in the Cup Series with the experience that they will gain here in this series?
Yeah, definitely, because no matter what series is, no matter what car it is, experience from it. And with the Cup cars racing here this weekend, a lot of that's in this series and that are racing in this race, that will help them, at least should help them for this weekend, the Cup side actually.
First, these cars we run here in the Her's Dash Series are very similar to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series cars. They handle very similarly. Of course, this is the Car of Tomorrow design, and the Gen 6 design races pretty close to this design. So these guys getting that experience now. With Travis Crampton, this is the only series he's in. So this is his only focus, and he's focusing pretty well right now. He's led every lap so far here at Dover in the number 1, but Isaac Nichols is closing in the number 48. I believe he's one of the few drivers in this series that has won a Chick-fil-A Cup Series event before, so he has a lot of experience. He did not have, however, 5 wins or more, so he had to regulate to this series instead of racing in the Rockstar Pro Series. But you know, guys like Isaac Nichols and Ace Garcia, they are very good drivers in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. They want to come here and dominate, and right now they're in the top 5. That's exactly what those guys want to see. Go back through the field here, and that's Bruno De Barros in the number 2, 47 car of Christian Vargas falling back right there. 42 is Sebastian Cucolon, Turkey Hill Series driver there for Chip Ganassi Racing in this series. 33, that's Igor Barreto. He's moving his way up. An IndyCar driver right there. Justin Knight, Cup Series driver. 43, driven by Wyatt Quayle. He's in the Indy Light Series. 31 is Isaac Redmond. He's in the Turkey Hill Series. A lot of these guys, they're racing in all these different series, and they come here to kind of mix with all these other guys, and it's interesting seeing all these different names all in one series.
What I like about this series is, like you mentioned it, you got some Cup drivers in here, Turkey Hill Series drivers, IndyCar drivers in here. You put them all together in one series that, you know, it's a little bit lower on the ladder, and you can get some pretty good stuff. Like, for example, Travis Crampton, you know, this I believe this is the first series that he's in, and look where he's at. He's pretty much been dominating this whole race. He's led all 11 laps so far.
Trying to hold on to the lead as the 48 of Isaac Nichols closes in, but it's now down to 0.2 of a second as Nichols looks to put the number 1 to school here today at Dover and try to get around him for this race lead. This is a tough place to pass, but it's possible. Didn't say it was impossible, and we might be seeing a new leader here shortly. Hand it to Adam Lewis, Turkey Hill Series driver, running 3rd right now, and they've stayed in the same positions in the top 5 pretty much this whole entire race.
So far, everybody's kind of gotten single file until you get back to the 34 of Al Lagasse and the 78 of Joe Rutkowski. That's the 29. Sorry, Rutkowski already got by, but now you see the 38.
Another guy making his first ever start here today is Keyshawn Richardson in the 29. And this is his only series as well. So a few guys in this series making their only series of the season here today. And those might be the guys to watch out for in the championship, because this is their focus. For guys like Isaac Nichols and Adam Lewis, they're kind of just here to gain experience. Of course, they also are contenders for the championship as well, but the Her's Dash Series Championship isn't quite a Chick-fil-A Cup Series Championship or a Turkey Hill Series Championship. So trying to use the experience here today to do well in those series, but they're also racing for points, so we'll have to see how it all goes down through throughout the season. So we've talked about that long enough. Let's talk about this race. And Isaac Nichols trying to close in using an outside lane to try to close in on the number 1 of Travis Crampton, and he might be able to get around him here very shortly, right to the back bumper of the number 1 for the 48 of Isaac Nichols.
You saw Isaac Nichols kind of run a little bit of a lower line than what Travis Crampton did through 3 and 4. Crampton was a little bit higher. You can see right there, he's kind of running the middle of the racetrack, top of that black line. So, I mean, right now, it's kind of paying off for him, but not this time. You see Nichols get right up to the back bumper.
Crampton using that outside lane, trying to get a run off the corner, but it's allowing Isaac Nichols to dive to the inside, and there we go. And Adam Lewis is right here as well in the number 9. He's going to push the 48 to the lead. Isaac Nichols to the point here at Dover. So Nichols, he waited, closed in on Crampton, and took the lead, and that is the experience we are seeing out of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver. And now Crampton is going to fall back to 5th as he got stuck in that outside lane. Juan Garcia on Ace Garcia. That is for the 3rd position.
Key word right there. You just pointed it out. Experience. You saw Isaac Nichols. He was very patient. He just waited and waited and waited. Travis Crampton kind of made a little bit of a mistake going through 4. He took advantage of that, and there he is in the lead. Plus, Adam Lewis, he had that. If he had gotten a run coming out of turn 4, he could have taken them 3 wide and put Travis Crampton way up on the high side, out of the gray area. But, you know, again, that experience coming into play for both Isaac Nichols and Adam Lewis.
So, Nathan, you're one of these guys who has quite a bit of experience like Isaac Nichols. How do you make a move like he did? I mean, he drafted right on the 1 and just waited for Crampton to kind of go on the outside there.
Yeah, basically what Crampton was doing, he was one on the top side, experimenting, I guess, and did not work, and the 48 was one on the bottom of the track, so he got the one on the inside lane and was able to. And sometimes the top side works on some tracks, and sometimes the bottom lane works, so you just have to try both lanes and see what turns and on what laps.
Yeah, here at Dover, it's definitely the inside lane that works, but you tend to see these guys kind of run up high a little bit off the corner to get a run off the corner, so it's not like Daytona where the outside lane and the inside lane are equal, but that inside lane is the place to be here at Dover. You can get to the inside of a guy, you're going to take the lead away, so we saw that with Isaac Nichols, the only lead change so far in this race, lap 23 of 30. Next time by, 7 laps to go for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series driver looking to get a win here in the Herz Dash Series. And if I'm not mistaken, it's possible that with this win, it would be his 5th career Napa fan victory, and that would have made him eligible for the Rockstar Pro Series. But, of course, sign-ups for that were at the moment, or the eligibility was for at the moment of sign-ups. So Isaac Nichols, I believe, had 4 wins when we did sign-ups a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, not eligible for the Rockstar Pro Series. But like I said earlier on, these Cup Series guys, they want to just dominate here. They want to show what they're made of. And you're seeing the 48 do that here today with Isaac Nichols, an experienced Chick-fil-A Cup Series veteran, taking the lead away from Crampton. And looks like he might come home with the victory here at Dover as he's pulling away from Adam Lewis here in the Acme Markets 150.
Did you notice a few laps ago that both Adam Lewis and Isaac Nichols were running kind of identical lines, but you saw Adam Lewis kind of running a little bit of a higher line there? He's trying to make something work, but so far that hasn't happened. But Nichols, I think a couple laps ago, was running that same line. You see them both kind of slide up just a little bit, but you know, probably some of these tires just kind of slowly wearing off. But again, short race, so that's not going to matter at this point.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see a lot of these guys running different lines throughout the weekend here at Dover. The Turkey Hill Series tomorrow and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series on Saturday morning. It's going to be interesting to see how that change of line is going to affect these races throughout the weekend. So this race kind of a preview to what we're going to see the next couple of days, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here. It's going to be a great weekend here at the Dover International Speedway. And hopefully I'll be going to the real thing on Saturday. We'll just have to see how that all goes down. But it's going to be a great weekend here at Dover, and it looks like it's going to kick off with Isaac Nichols here in the Herz Dash Series.
You saw a couple laps ago Adam Lewis get way up high. He overshot or drove into the corner way too hard. So pretty much, I think that's all she wrote there for Adam Lewis and the 9 machine.
Next time by, white flag for Isaac Nichols in the 48. Lewis might still have a chance, though, if Nichols runs up high through one of the corners. Lewis might close in, and the caution's going to come out right here at the end, so that's going to do it. And just like the Cup Series race that we had last weekend, we're going to end under caution. And it looks like we had an accident down the backstretch, and
oh, wow.
a rather significant one as well. Both of the Red Bull cars, number 4 of Matthew Phillips and the 83 of Gatlin Downey in his first ever start. And I also saw the 20 car as well. That car driven by William Brock, another one of the Cup Series veterans. Not getting a good finish here today, but Isaac Nichols is going to hold him off and get the win here at Dover in the Herr's Dash Series. Acme Markets 150 to the 48. And it'll be the points lead exiting the first race of the season here in the Herr's Dash Series after we race here at Dover. So, quite a calm race, except for this caution at the end. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring it out to end the race one lap early. So off the corner, 99 of Nicholas Wade spins Gatlin Downey right to the inside, and he comes back up. Gets into his teammate, Matthew Phillips, and then you see the 22 car of Ashland Boyd. And the 4 car of Matthew Phillips and William Brock get involved as well. That's a tough break for those guys back in there. They're going to finish at the end of the field and not get the points days they were hoping for. But Isaac Nichols will in the 48, as he will come home with the victory here today at Dover in the Acme Markets 150. So there are the official standings right there. A few guys actually finishing a lap down. Things kind of messed up there with that caution coming out at the end, but a lot of those guys back in the field not getting the runs they were hoping for. But it's only the first race of the season, and we got quite a few places to go on the schedule as the summer is pretty much just beginning. Of course, finals week's for me this week. You guys are seeing this, so summer's going to be starting for me next week. Of course, I'll be working a lot, but that'll be it, and I think I'll have a lot more time to do this stuff with more passion. Didn't really have too much passion for this one. I'm sorry about that, but you know what? Congratulations to Isaac Nichols on his win. Adam Lewis, Juan Garcia, Ace Garcia, and pole sitter Travis Crampton, the top 5. Pretty good race here today at Dover, don't you think?
It was actually a very calm race, I will tell you that. We saw a lot of drive. Whoa, look out. The race is over anyway. But some drivers kind of not taking it easy there on the cool-down lap. But other than that, I mean, you know, it was actually a very calm race. We saw some pretty clean passes here and there throughout the pack. But probably the thing that really kind of was the big key move of the race, you saw Travis Crampton there make, Herr's Dash Series debut. And you saw Isaac Nichols there using that experience to his advantage, knowing what it takes to win here at Dover. And he basically just waited till the right time and waited for Travis Crampton to make a mistake. And that's exactly what happened. And Nichols got by, won the race.
Definitely did. And Nathan, what kind of things did you learn today? I mean, you got the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race coming up on Saturday. How are both of you guys going to apply it on Saturday's race?
Kind of like Dover, I have a love-hate relationship with this place, so because here sometimes I don't. I think the key is just to stay on the bottom, because if you get trapped on the top side, then we're going to drop back in the field.
That's what we saw here today in the Herr's Dash Series. We're going to see it tomorrow in the Turkey Hills Series and see it on Saturday with the Chick-fil-A Cup Series from Dover. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the point standings for the Herr's Dash Series after race number 1. Next race at Iowa next weekend. A little bit of a companion to the Turkey Hills Series racing there as well, so it's going to be fun around that short track. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching once again, and on behalf of Elijah Gordon, Nathan Stapleton, I will see you guys later.
Goodbye.